Flyersguy, and welcome to this edition of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Timmy Flyersguy, talking about stories that happened to me many years ago. In today's episode, I'm going to take you back to when I had my first school rival. And this story goes back to September of 1998. A new student came into my class, and he had the same disability as me, and he even looked like me as well. Me and him both had Duchenne muscular dystrophy. His name was Danny, and I remember the first years. First time I met him. This is going to be a pretty long story, so please bear with me. It all started in 96. Things were going out right. We were kind of getting along. But as the weeks went on, I realized that he was kind of a jerk at times. He would say outlandish stuff about me. He'd talk about my mother. He would say crazy stuff about me every day. He would even get other kids to join in his torment. And a year after that, things started getting worse between us. Things got heated between me and him. The year after that, in 2000, things really got heated between me and him. I got so mad at him one day, I literally flipped out. And kids started really taking his side in all of it. And there were times when people thought I was a troublemaker. Going to the year after that, things got worse between me and him. I remember one time he took my lunch bag off my chair one time and ran it over. And one time, he got a group of kids together to put me on manual on my wheelchair so I couldn't move. And also, he took my lunch bag off my chair and ran it over. And one time he took my joystick off my controller and he was messing around with it. And at one time, I was racing him one time, and when I tried to go, he turned my chair off before I could even go. And then we go into our high school years, and things started getting worse between me and him. But there were times me and him actually did get along. We did get along, but there were times he started acting like a jerk towards me. Going into the 10th grade, there was somebody I really liked. There was a girl I really liked. Long story short, he kind of manipulated the situation to make me look like a jackass. And that was kind of the last straw. So we go into 11th grade. Same thing happens between me and him, but it kind of calmed down after that. And then we go into the final years of Widener. There were times when he was really, really picking on me. There was this time. He picked on me so much. I got so stressed out about it. I got sick the other day. Did not come into school for a week. And then, once graduation time started coming along, I realized me and him really do have a lot in common. We really do have a lot in common, and we started getting along later. And we started to become really good friends after that. And I really felt that we become good friends after that, but unfortunately, years later, in 2000s, years later, he passed away. He got really sick, and he passed away. You know, he was kind of a jerk to me back then. But I was really starting to really like him. I really started to really develop a friendship with him. And unfortunately, we did not get to really hang out after high school because after that, he passed away. And I really never had a chance to really tell him, hey, you know, we really could have got along. And there was a time in my life I realized that life was too short. Yeah, he picked on me. He picked on me a lot. But you know something, maybe it dawned to me that maybe I take things too seriously. And in a way, he kind of showed me that, you know, you have to lighten up a little bit. You have to lighten up a little bit. Because if you let life's struggles make you feel down on yourself, you're not going to live a good life. And I think in a way, he was kind of teaching me that life is too short to be uptight. Maybe we all need to lighten up a little bit. Maybe we all need to take a joke once in a while. Maybe we all need to just make each other laugh once in a while. Yeah, he picked on me. But you know, I was immature back then. Didn't know how to take a joke. Nowadays, I know how to take a joke now. And you know, in a way, I feel like he was responsible for me becoming a new person and me learning how to take a joke. And I just like to say, Danny, I'm sorry for the way I acted. I'm sorry that I was always so uptight all the time. But you know, you were a pretty good guy. You know, I have to admit, you were a nice guy, and you know, the things you did for your friends were really nice. You were deep down, you were actually a good guy. And that shows you in life, sometimes people can change. And in the way, after high school, I gave him a chance. And I realized life is too short to really hold a grudge against somebody. And I know that me and him weren't the best of friends, but in a way, we could have been. We could have been. But unfortunately, you can't predict the future. You can't, and unfortunately, he's gone now, and I feel like I really could have been a good friend to him. I really could have. And I really think that me and him could have hit it off. And it was strange that he looked so much like me, and at times we didn't get along. And it goes to show you, life is too short. Life is too short to really hold on to. And I realized that maybe he was a decent guy. But and I realized maybe he just had an odd sense of humor. And that's okay. That's what made him unique. And you know, when he told those kids to do bad things to me, it made me realize that was me. I used to do that. I used to get kids to do crazy stuff. I was the guy who encouraged people to do crazy stuff. I did that when I was a kid. And I realized maybe he was just like me in some sort of way. But that goes to show you, folks, sometimes when you have somebody that picks on you for the longest time, you can become friends with that person. It happens in life. It's strange. Sometimes our biggest enemies become our best friends. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. So, Danny, I hope that you're doing okay up there. And I hope that you're wreaking havoc up there as we speak. And I hope that that sense of humor is helping you up there. Because you have one hell of a great sense of humor. Thank you for that, Danny. Thank you. I am at peace for what happened to us many years ago, our rivalry we had. And I am at peace now. I am at peace now. Danny Perez will always be remembered as a man with a great sense of humor. We'll always remember him for that. He always knew how to make people laugh. He always knew how to make people laugh.